Um, so you've got another child.
Yes.
Also, this that's going on with you, Mace, it's kind of like with me, it was a very big deal when I transitioned, and it almost seemed as if to the rest of the world I might be selfish because I had to take care of myself. How do you get along with your siblings? Do you have any navigation challenges with this going on, or is your sibling just said they are the best sibling ever? I'm very fortunate to have Mace. Maybe not.
Well, I mean, I have problems with my little sister, but
They have nothing to do with
she
your
doesn't. It has nothing to do with my pronouns. She calls me by they.
Oh, good.
She was like one of the first people I told about it
Yeah.
because she saw because I put it on like my Tumblr blog first, which is so classic in this generation, and she was like, "Oh, I saw that you put they on your blog. I'm just gonna call you they." I was like, "All right," and then that was done.
Yeah. She's very supportive and she
Yeah.
admires her big,
Oh, really?
big sibling very much.
Have you had to have any talks one-on-one with the younger sibling about it at all?
You
or
know,
is
we
it-
just took it in stride, and my youngest goes to the same school, and it's just it's our normal. It's our new.
Nice.
It's very quickly our new
Yeah.
normal.
That's
My
what-
sister's best friend is a trans guy at our school, so
Okay.
like, it's just so in the culture of our school. It's just not a big deal. Like, just is part of who you are at that point.
That is so
People are
huge.
like, "There's Mace. Mace goes by they." And they move on to the next person.
So, are you a senior,
I'm a junior.
a junior? So one more year of it, and then the real world happens. Yes, and then the real world. I know a lot of people that, as they've moved out of high school, like for me, when I moved out of high school, as strange as it sounds, a part of a safety net was ripped out from under me. Something I knew that, even though I was very strange at school, even though things were a little bit different but not completely different, that once I got out of school, I was going to have to create a whole new world. And I made the mistake of creating a whole new world as a male. Let me rephrase that. Mistake is not correct. I presented as a male because I truly thought that that would be the easiest life for me, not realizing that it was the hardest life for me. And as I started becoming more independent and I started becoming myself, I also started getting some backlash and started going back towards another gender. In other words, I started becoming hyper-masculine to hide who I was because I was now out in this world where I didn't feel safe, and I knew if I presented as a male, I would feel safe to the world. I didn't feel safe. And so do you have any ambitions in the future, like college or anything like that? Or is this one of those things one day at a time for you so that you can make sure you're doing it properly?
It's kind of just one day at a time. I mean, I don't know where I'm gonna go yet after I finish high school. I still have the rest of this year and next year to think about it, but I might want to go towards a future in helping other people with the same sort of thing because I've always felt connected to other people who are like me or who have had hard times or anything like that because of the person they authentically are.
Right.
And I'd love to just help younger kids specifically, I guess, with just being true to who they are, because it took me a while, and I want people to have a cleaner, more like visible access to find out who they are. Since I spent so long like, oh, I'm not a boy or a girl, like, what does that mean? And then I had to be 16 and use Google to find out. I wish the kids didn't have to just question themselves. I wish they could find out so easily, but they can't.
Technology is changing, as you know, so much, Carrie. When we were
Right.
years ago, many young years ago, my social media was riding my bicycle to my neighbor's house and saying hi to them. That was truly my social media. And I remember discovering that I had an identity when I read a magazine and saw a trans person in the magazine for the first time ever. I was probably 12. And to know that you have an identity that goes along with that you're not alone is powerful, powerful stuff. And you're saying that you're trying to help people to find that community at an earlier age. Do you have a pretty good community yourself of people that you hang out with? Do you hang out with gender nonconforming people, transgender people, cisgender people, gay people, straight people? I mean, like, I'm finding that my population of people I hang out with now that I'm more authentic is much broader, a lot different class of people than I used to, and I'm fortunate for it. Are you slowly finding that for you as you're becoming more authentic?
I definitely know that I have a very broad spectrum of people who are close to me. I know all different gender people. I know at least like 5 or 6 trans people, 4 of which go to my school. Almost all of my friends are gay or pansexual or bisexual or not straight sexuals. Just because a lot of kids came to the school I'm at because they didn't feel welcome at their public schools that they went to. So everyone I know is just either accepting of people who are different than them or is one of the people who is different from the kids that they probably were not treated nicely by a public school.